Fuck this nigga. I hope he burning in hell doing open mic competitions with King Von.
NAYIMEDWARD $ nigga. NAYIMED.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Nayim. I am your host today. Listen, I just want to touch on a couple of things about this nigga Andre Marcus Bean, whoever the fuck this nigga is, the Chesapeake Walmart shooter, murderer, whatever, right? It's funny just watching people from other places talk about this and do their whole 1-2 with their conspiracy theories and shit, bro. Ain't no motherfucking conspiracy theory with this nigga. He was a weirdo. He didn't have no bitches, and he was mad because he felt like he deserved something that he didn't work for. That is, I mean, this is the classic case of a fucking incel, classic case of a weirdo, classic case of a nigga pseudo taking responsibility for what he did because he put a 3-page manifesto out. Pussy nigga, you didn't even do your due diligence with that. Because most people's manifestos is usually 10 pages. You deal a 2.5-page essay on you start with goddamn I failed God and you move down to curing cancer. Like you was already a fucking nut already. But my whole thing is with this nigga, and it is I'm not doing no political speech. I'm not telling nobody whatever. Let's just talk about Virginia and how this even occurred here in Virginia with this weird ass nigga. So if you know anything about Chesapeake or you don't know anything about Chesapeake, Chesapeake is one of those cities where it's conveniently placed where you're not too far away. It's pretty big, but it's not convenient. It's not place where you're too far from shit. So like I'm from Portsmouth and you can ride your bike to Chesapeake, not that part of Chesapeake, but you can ride your bike from Portsmouth to Chesapeake. You can ride your bike from Chesapeake to Suffolk. You know what I'm saying? You can go. It's all tight because it's just conveniently placed. When I saw it, I was confused at first because I didn't know which Walmart it was because they didn't put Battlefield on it. It was like they shooting at the Walmart in Chesapeake, and immediately, if you from where I'm from, you thought Chesapeake Square, but it wasn't the Chesapeake Square Walmart. That's across the street from Chesapeake Square Mall. If you're not from Virginia, it's the Walmart on Battlefield, which is the side of Chesapeake. And, you know, they got one on this side and one on the other side. It's funny because this nigga, I hate these niggas so much because they think they so fucking smart and they think, oh, I'm doing this because everybody around me is so goddamn dumb. I'm the smartest person in the room. I'm the this, I'm the that. Well, if you was the smartest person in the room, why didn't you just manipulate niggas to get what you want? Let's talk real. If we talking, let's fucking talk. I hate these lying ass niggas who get mad. And my thing is, people be dragging me. People be coming at me when I be like, it's always over a bitch. And it's always over some power. That's always what this bullshit be about. It be about they don't have no hoes. They don't have no power. Nobody's respecting him. I got a list of shit. But he was talking about, yeah, I already said that. He was talking about motherfuckers was laughing at him at the job and they had a whole secret code for laughing at him. Talk about a fucking narcissist, right? Like, my nigga, this nigga is no different from a lame ass person being lame their whole fucking life and growing up to go be a police officer because nobody noticed them, nobody respected them, nobody wanted to be bothered with them. So now you want to put yourself in a position of power so you can feel like you have some motherfucking importance. This nigga, and my thing is, it's so funny. I was talking to my mama and she's like, oh, they brought like bust into his house or whatever. And it was a real nice house. And it's just like, yeah, a lot of these niggas got a lot of real nice shit, but they go home to a fucking empty house. And the one thing that they care about, they can't have. And that's bitches. These niggas will have all the fucking money. These niggas will have all the fucking positions because let's be real, wasn't nobody laughing at, and if they was laughing at you, rightfully so, because he said that motherfuckers was comparing him to Jeffrey Dahmer. So if somebody's comparing you to Jeffrey Dahmer, something is clearly fucking wrong because we see how that played out. My whole thing is like a lot of niggas like him. And it's just like you scare bitches. Number one, you scare bitches. So bitches don't want to be bothered with you because you're scary. You're not attractive in the way that a bitch would look at a man and be like, oh man, yeah, you know, I would fuck with him. And you wasn't probably even funny. You was probably awkward, weird. You're dead now, so it doesn't fucking matter what you are. You worm food, fucking plant food, whatever. Like, you was so you scared bitches, so they didn't want to be bothered with you. And niggas think they gonna trick their way into some shit at the job. That's why niggas will be so pressed about whatever's going on at the job and whatever bitches is doing at the job. They think, oh, I'm powerful, so she should like me because you get it. This pussy was probably all over the internet. Can't wait till they go through his phone. Can't wait till they go through his computer. Probably all over the internet talking about high value, how this, how that, and you wonder why that young hoe at the job rather fuck with the nigga who put macaroni on the shelf. He can barely motherfucking read. He can't even do shit. But she'll go fuck with him who makes 3 times less than you make, but you got all the money. You got all of this. You got all the money. You got all the position. You got all of this. And she still don't want to fuck with you because you a weird ass nigga. You awkward. You scary as fuck. She's scared that she gonna die fucking with your ass. So she just kind of, they run away from you. They don't want to be bothered with your ass. You think motherfuckers is laughing at you at the job. And my whole thing is with this mindset of these niggas, because he's not the only type of nigga like this. If you don't know nothing about people in Virginia, Virginia people usually tend to mind their business. Like, niggas is not going to work. I mean, everywhere has places where it's like people go to work to try to be in whatever with the culture. But bro, niggas is, if you work at Walmart in Chesapeake, my nigga, you going to work to just go to work. You're not going to work. You might, holler at a couple bitches here and there, fuck off on, bro. I've been to that Walmart before. I literally was walking towards the electronics section looking for a phone charger. I had a bitch in house. This bitch is at the job in the house shoes. She had a bonnet on at work. Like, in her Walmart uniform, bonnet on at work, screaming in the phone, I don't want to motherfucking be here. Bro, you thought that you was going to have some type of reign over people like that? And I'm not saying that that is the case for the people who died. I'm talking about this nigga, because it's fucked up that innocent people had to die because you didn't have no self-control because you was mad. He was talking about, all I wanted was a wife and I couldn't. Like, why is that? What that got to do with anybody at the job that you just go shooting indiscriminately at motherfucker? What the fuck that's got to do with the job? They're laughing at me and they got a whole code. Nobody was laughing at you, nigga. Nobody paid no motherfucking attention to you. You saw people was saying, well, you probably didn't see it, but like, people was saying, this is what pissed me off. It's so many fucking conflicting stories. It's either people liked him and thought he was like, oh, he was cool, he ain't bother nobody, and or it was like, this nigga's a weirdo. We just all stayed away from him. Even niggas that worked there was like, he's just the manager you stay away from. And when did it become unpopular to not like the manager at your job? This is what I'm saying. Like, bro, this nigga's mindset is infectious. On the internet, looking at weird shit, getting your dating advice from niggas who have not shown any proof they have had hoes. No proof. There's no proof. There's no proof these niggas have had hoes. But that's where you get your motherfucking bitch advice from. And you think you're such a fucking you're a weirdo narcissist. Motherfuckers kept calling me and throwing off what I was trying to say. But the reason I'm even talking about this nigga is because he said he did music. And the reason that niggas like this is gonna continue to be manufactured is because we allow weird ass niggas to walk through the door and make it feel like that it was okay for them to be a weird ass nigga. Not weird in a way where you might be an acquired taste or a peculiar type of a person, in a good type of way. Weird as in, if the bitch don't like me and I'm the manager, I'm gonna make her life hard. If the bitch don't do what I say at work, I'm gonna cut her hours down. If the bitch don't like me, I'm gonna force her to like me because you done got in your motherfucking mind and told yourself I'm a good person and I'll treat her way better than her convicted felon boyfriend and all this other shit that niggas done told they self to make themselves feel better about the fact that you got everything going except the one thing that you can't even buy, which is a bitch. I do not feel bad for this nigga, and it pisses me off that anybody would feel bad for this nigga. Talk about, I used to write songs about it all the time. For what? Like, and then that's another thing that could play a major factor into why this motherfucker did it, because it's like, you get demoted from your job. So you was a manager who couldn't manage, you was a manager who couldn't leave, and you got demoted from your position because you weren't doing a good job at your position. So now you're back into the cycle of failing. You're back into the cycle of being a fucking loser, which you've been a loser forever. You didn't just become a loser, my nigga. You have been a loser for your whole fucking life. And you decide that if you're going to be on your way out, you're going to take as many people as you can because living is just unbearable because there's just a hierarchy. You wanted to be one of those niggas that bitches at the job just was all over. You wanted to be one of those motherfucking customers that walked in there and all the bitches at the job decided that, oh my God, like every time he come here, I gotta make myself whatever. Or a new nigga come on the job now, a bitch who didn't give a fuck about nothing is trying to make herself presentable. Motherfuckers click. You think you're important enough for niggas to click up about? You've lost your fucking mind. And then it's just like, I don't know if this was cut off or not, but just saying that you no different than a bitch ass nigga who just was never nobody their whole life, and you grow up and you're still nobody, but now it's a burning fire pit inside of you that you're nobody. It's a burning, you are burning. Every day you have to wake up is agonizing because you're a fucking loser. It's just, it is what it is. Everybody can't sit at the cool table. Whose fault is that? You didn't do nothing to try to make yourself a better person or whatever, nigga. Like, I just want to know what his mind, why. I don't want to know. Fuck this nigga. Fuck him. I'm glad he dead. Fuck him. Fuck his music. Nobody give a fuck about the songs you wrote, bitch. Why'd you include that in your manifesto? Somebody page hell and get this pussy on the phone so we can know why the fuck he, like, why would you talk? I wrote songs about it all the time and people just don't listen, and I'm so intelligent. That's the problem with niggas feeling like somebody owed them something, bro. Don't nobody owe a nigga nothing. Don't nobody owe nobody shit out here, my nigga. You are not owed a fucking thing. Just wanted to quickly interject the whole thing he was talking about religion, and this is what people get this shit fucked up at, bro. Like, everybody not worshiping the same God. Everybody not following the same ideology. Everybody don't practice the same thing. We don't know what the fuck he meant by God. God could have been anything, and niggas always coming with some motherfucking excuse, talk about he was demonically possessed and all that. Yeah, I believe it. I 100% believe he was demonically possessed. Absolutely 100% working for Satan. Absolutely 100% on the hell side, on demon time, on whatever the fuck he was on. And this nigga's just, he was already that type of person. He was already on that type of time. And that is absolutely not a fucking excuse for what he did. There is no reason to pity him. He chose his motherfucking side. The fuck? And these niggas are going to continue to happen. These niggas are going to continue to be a problem. These niggas are going to continue to be the bane of our existence. And they're going to put the rest of us are going to stay on high fucking alert when the weirdo niggas walk in the room, and we just walk the fuck away. I'll put this video together in a way where, because it's all broke up because motherfuckers just kept playing on my goddamn shit. But like, motherfuckers talk crazy to me when I say it's always about a bitch. It's always about a nigga feeling powerless and a nigga feeling like a loser. But as you can see, now the shit is in our backyard. And it ain't a goddamn thing we can do about it except ostracize these niggas. Bro, if somebody's comparing you to Jeffrey Dahmer, rightfully fucking so, because it's not something that people get compared to. Niggas might call you gay. Niggas ain't calling you a gay, serial killing cannibal. But somehow he's a victim. He was bullied. They didn't understand him. He was misunderstood and he did his best. His best wasn't good enough, and that's why he's in the fucking grave. Fuck this nigga. And that's what I gotta say about it. My name is Nayim. I will holler at you.
Nayimedward, $, nigga. Nayimed.